go, Steve.
Well, good morning, church. This is just such an awesome, incredible, amazing opportunity. Wow. Just to be able to open up scriptures together. It really is a dream come true for me to get a chance to speak with Nick. My name is Steve. I'm 47 years old. I went to High Point Regional High School in New Jersey. You're probably wondering, he doesn't really look like a teen. I mean, the little gray around the sides of the head, not so much. But what a privilege. What an honor. It's so fun to be able to see our teenagers up here, really expressing their faith, talking about their lives, sharing in front of the church. Sharing from faith that they're really working to live out powerfully and actively in their lives in high school, and which is a challenge. I mean, it's for us who are beyond high school, we remember those high school days. High school is not an easy time to be a Christian. High school is not an easy time to kind of stand out from the crowd because of your faith and because of your convictions. And I really do appreciate the teenagers standing up to be able to lead us in our thoughts about God, lead us in our thoughts about communion, contribution. You guys did an awesome job this morning. Thanks so much. Our first point here is alive, no jive. Alive, no jive. Mackenzie always tells me, hey, Dad, don't try to talk street. Don't try to act like you're from the hood. I just like this point, alive, no jive. In Galatians, Paul is saying to the people who live in Galatia, he's saying, guys, this is serious, man. You guys are going back to some old practice here. It's not going to work. It didn't work the first time. It's not going to work this time. And this is serious. They're drifting. They're going back. They're losing their faith. They're losing their allegiance to Jesus and kind of going back to rules and regulations. Paul's going, no, I'm not messing around. Paul's saying in the book of Galatians, I'm not messing, I'm talking serious right now. These are serious issues. Yep. We're talking about life. We get one shot. We get one go around. This life thing, it's amazing. It's incredible. What an adventure. What an experience. And we get to do it. Amen. This is about life, guys, and doing it right. Going to the right place after we die. It's about living life to the full now. He's talking about Jesus. Guys saying Jesus rose from the dead. This isn't jive. This isn't messing around. This isn't fluff. This is Jesus having raised from the dead for our sake. Living, teaching, breathing, being crucified, and then rising from the dead. This is about God who created life. Look over in the book of Genesis.
Come on.
Chapter 2. Go, Steve. Genesis chapter 2. In life, it is so important to get some expert help. It's kind of amazing to me that, for parents, as we have kids, we don't get like a user's manual along with it. It's just like a man and woman get together, have a kid, punch out a kid, and sure enough, they're on their way. But it's kind of amazing why you're faced with this challenge of raising a human being, and yet so many of us are so unprepared.
Right.
And it's the same with life. Life is such an incredible opportunity, but we got to get some expert help to figure out how to do this thing well, how to do this thing right. What a gift, life. I mean, you think about our lives, and we got challenges. We're going through tough times, many of us. I mean, really all of us are in some form or fashion. We're fighting our battles. But when you think about it, what an incredible gift, life. What an incredible opportunity. I mean, look around. The freedom we have, the opportunities that we've got, the gifts that we have, the talents that we have, the relationships we have, the future that we have. Life presents so much to us. Wow. And yet we really need some expert help to learn how to do it well, to do it right. There's so many examples out there of folks who aren't doing it well. They get to their 20s or 30s, get to the end of their lives, and they go, boy, I really missed an opportunity. Yeah. I really blew it. And so God interjects and he gets involved and he says, let me teach you how to do this thing right. Jesus interjects. He says, I'm not only the guy who lived among you and died, I'm the guy who did what no one else did. I rose from the dead. Proved his authority. It proved his ability to teach us how to do this thing well. We got to get expert help in life. Life's too awesome to pass up. Life's too awesome to go through not doing well or doing wrong. You know, for me, I've been skydiving a couple of times. And I kind of like sort of, you know, taking on some fun challenges. And I had an opportunity, we lived in California, to go skydiving a couple of times. And it was a blast. It's scary as anything, but it's fun. It's kind of like, you know, your senses, you know, just it's totally sensory overload, you know, as you jump out of the plane. And I'll never forget, because it was tandem jumping. And basically what that is you're strapped to somebody, you know, who you're strapped to their front. So you can't see them in your peripheral vision, so it's basically like you're the one who's, you know, skydiving, but they've got the pack on their back. And so you jump out of the plane with this person that you met probably about, you know, 20 minutes ago. And you're putting your life in their hands. I'll never forget this, the first time I went skydiving, you drive to the place, they show you a little video, basically to try to scare you out of it, to say, you know, if something happens today, it's totally your fault. It's totally your liability. And so they show you this video, and on it they're kind of going through instructions, and on it they have this ambulance that comes through, and has this flashing lights, picks up a guy, goes on, they're going, basically, today is your choice. If you want to skydive, go for it, but if anything goes wrong, sorry, we're not liable. And so, you know, you're talking with this guy, and I was talking with the person I was actually skydiving with, and he said, today is my 14,000th jump. This guy had been skydiving 14,000 times. And I kind of in my mind thought, you know, this is either a really good thing because he's got experience, or a really bad thing because, you know, the odds get worse and worse and something's going to happen. These things go on. But I'll never forget, you know, we're there, you start kind of, you know, inching up in the sky, going up about 8,000 feet. And you get to a certain point, you're kind of, you know, shimmying close to each other, make sure all the belts and everything are tight. And he says, you know, hey, what do you want to do when you jump out? It's like, what do you mean? Are we going to do some flips? Are we going to do some turns? What do you want to do? I said, man, let's flip, let's turn, let's do this. Let's have some fun. I mean, if you're going to die, right, you might as well have some fun. You might as well go for it. And so sure enough, it's such a weird thing, because in this plane, it's just a flat floor, and the door opens, and you know, it's this rushing wind, and the guy in front of me, they start inching over to this hole in the plane, and you're kind of going, well, it's a perfectly good plane. It just doesn't really make sense mentally to jump out of a perfectly good plane when you're safe, right? And so sure enough, these guys, this friend of mine and his tandem jumper guy, his expert, inch up to the door, and sure enough, just like in a flash, like, and they're gone. You're kind of like, and your heart starts to go, this is the stupidest. You start getting that like grip, like horrified, terror-stricken kind of feeling, like, okay, there's no turning back. Because I'm tied, you know, you're tied to this guy, you're sort of like shimmying up to the door. Right? So he's not even the first guy going out, it's you! And so this expanse kind of gets closer and closer, you're kind of working over the door, and sure enough, you know, there's that moment of truth. You just go, okay, here we go. And you just jump up, you're yelling at the top of your lungs. We're flipping around in the sky. You know, we're just flailing around, going crazy, just going, hey, this is my last moment, I'm gonna enjoy it. You're going down for about a half minute or a minute or so where you're just free falling. And there's no other experience like it. And so sure enough, you know, we're going down, yelling at the top of our lungs, flipping, having a blast. And then all of a sudden, everything goes silent. And you whoosh. Because he'd let go of the parachute. And so the parachute goes out, and all of a sudden you stop. Everything's completely still, completely quiet. And you have, you know, several blocks coming down on the ground. You get down at the bottom, you know, on the ground, you're just like, that was awesome.